do it. What's up, guys? I'm using my my new PC that I've built, as well as a new mic. So let me know if the audio and the video quality is good, because I've legit not done a stream from this before. I also haven't used a PC in over a decade, so let me know if just even the quality, you can make out the numbers on the side, you can hear me nice, loud, and clear. Someone just drop it in the chat, let me know, that'd be great. I'll just keep blabbering until someone says something. That way we know it's good before I get too far into it. Sound good? All right, that's a good start. What about the video? All right, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry about the timing on this one. Generally, I like to do this right as the market closes, but I've been apartment shopping. I'm looking to make a move here potentially soon, so was busy day viewing some places. But anyways, glad to get this video going. So let's just jump right into it. I know it's Friday if you're in North America. In my time zone, it's about 6 o'clock on a Friday. East Coast, it's a little later. Not sure what time it is in Europe, but hopefully stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend you use a bitrate of 9500. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that means. Sorry guys, one sec here. Output, video bitrate. It says I should use 9500. Apply, okay. Let's see what that does. All right, is that any better? I don't know what that did, guys, but anyways, we're going to open these back up here. All right, so let's get into it. So welcome back to another weekly Metals with Mayne stream. It is October 30th, spooky, almost Halloween. So I hope that everyone is having a good week, making some money, and hopefully everyone's ready for a weird Halloween where we're not really allowed to party. Everyone's been wearing masks for months now. I don't know, it's going to be strange. So what's up to everyone in the chat? Gotti, Gladdy, nice to see y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. So let's just get right into it. As usual in these metal streams, what I'm going to be covering is the price action that we've seen in the past week on the dollar index, gold, and silver. So that will be the focus. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat. Wasik, what's up, bro? So in last week's video, we had discussed gold or the dollar coming into kind of, a last area of support here on the 3-day chart. I'd marked out this 3-day order block here. And I'd said, this is kind of the last area for the bulls on the dollar to step in to give us a rally. Because if we sunk below here, basically my thoughts were that we would trade much lower down into this consolidation here. Okay, so I wanted to kind of see what happens, kind of over the next coming days. And so our last metals with mainstream, we were trading down in here. I said this should act as support, and as you can see, we've gotten a bounce. Ultimately, I do think even if we get a bounce, we're going to end up trading down into this area here. That's just what I think is going to happen. Obviously, anything can happen. We could fucking rip face. But for now, support is holding. So this is exactly what we expected to happen on the dollar this week. And consequently, we've seen what? Dollar goes up, right? What goes down? Gold, silver, stocks. The only thing that hasn't really been following is Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been kind of an outlier, right? So what does that necessarily mean? If the dollar is getting strength, but Bitcoin is also going up, remember it's a fraction, it just means that Bitcoin is going up more than the dollar is. Bitcoin is appreciating in strength more than the dollar is appreciating, which causes the fraction as a whole to go up. Because if just the dollar was going up, right, like with gold and silver, etc., you see everything else going down. So that's obviously great for us Bitcoiners, us Bitcoin bulls, etc. Bull. But overall, I don't think we're completely out of the woods on Bitcoin. I'm not saying we're going to 8K or anything like that. But if the dollar rallies higher above this high and stocks continue to shit the bed, which they have been, going into the election, which is on Tuesday, very soon, in America, we could see some crazy volatility. Every year, or every election, usually we see a lot of volatility going into that. I am bullish for Q1, Q2 of 2021. So it's just a matter of if we get a dip before then, how significant is it? So Sunday, I'll be doing my Ethereum and Chill stream where I also talk about crypto. On Sunday, I'm also going to be doing a podcast with BTC Jack Sparrow. My first one was super popular. He's a great guy. We had a lot of fun chatting. So really looking forward to doing that again. So I'll post a link to that in advance where you can leave some questions that you might want him to cover. But for now, we're just going to cover gold and silver and the dollar. All right. So if we're looking here, what do we see that's happened here on the 3-day chart? Oh my God, it's so nice to be using a computer with a keyboard that isn't a Mac. So what we saw is we saw all the lick here, all the liquidity here get run, right? So we had multiple lows here, okay? Multiple lows, right? All taken out by that wick into high time frame support. So if we zoom in, what we'll see here, right, is a breaker. Okay? So this is the breaker here, right here, this candle. Okay? So this is the up candle, okay, that caused a down move that formed this low, which on the 3-day is that wick right here. Okay? That candle is responsible for it, okay? And it took out all the lows from over here, right? All the liquidity over here. So what I'm looking for now is this. This is the move. I'm marking out this candle here. Whoa. I'm marking out this candle here. Now, I'm not buying this candle, but what I am doing is I'm watching. And what I'm watching for is this. Took out all the lows, back above the level, reclaim, hold as support, second test, hold as support. So what am I doing on October 27th? What am I doing on October 23rd? Okay? I'm looking for shorts on gold and silver. Okay? That's what I'm looking for. So going into this level, right, we're looking for longs. Soon as we see this reclaim, we're looking for shorts because we're seeing dollar strength now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to gold and silver, and I'm going to show you where the short setups were that line up with these dates on the dollar. And this is all you need to do to trade gold and silver. Okay, you need to come look at the dollar. Okay, you need to find when it's at support and it's potentially bullish. And then you need to look for shorts on gold and silver, or the exact opposite. If it's bearish, look for longs, right? And I'm not just saying this 1 hour breaker is enough confluence to be like, okay, I'm shorting the shit out of gold and silver, right? What I'm saying though is this 1 hour breaker with a stop run into a 3-day order block where we expected price to find support, all that in combination gives us a reason to go look for shorts on gold and silver. And the fact that we're able to drill down on the 1 hour chart now, we actually have now a time frame where once this happened, anytime we come into this zone, these are high probability times for shorts. So let's see if we can find something that lines up. So I'm going to look at gold first. So we have October 23rd from 4 to 20. 420, blaze it, bro. Okay. Let's see where we are here. October 23rd. I have a feeling it's going to be right around here in one of those spikes. Let's zoom in. What the fuck is that? All right. Okay. Fuck you. So here's October 23rd. Here is let's box off price. Okay. This window, based on this right here, this window, fucking hell. This window is where we're looking for shorts, okay? Hopefully everyone's still with me. So, just based on the hourly, I see a short setup already, okay? But we can zoom out. We can say, okay, we're bearish. So what do we want to look at on gold for sells, right? So I'm on the 12-hour high time frame. Okay, well, I see key SR here. Okay, so that's a level of interest. Now we have what? Confluence, right? We want to have multiple pieces of confluence. So piece of confluence number 1, right? Dollar at support. 2, bearish market structure gold. 3, high time frame SR level to focus on. 4, time frame to look for short setup. Okay, multiple pieces of confluence. So what am I saying? So dollars at support here. Okay, that's here. Okay, that's this, right? Confluence piece number 2, bearish market structure on gold. That's pretty evident, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high. Remember, lower low. Likely a lower high, probably pricing in a lower low soon. Might come up, but likely pricing in a lower low. Very clearly bearish market structure on gold. High time frame SR level to focus on. Remember, marking up SR and having price bounce is one thing, right? Finding SR is key, but then knowing what to do, right, when price gets to that level is the next kind of step, the next iteration. And then obviously the time frame to look for the short setup is taken from, again, here. So we've got all those pieces of confluence, and then look what happens here on the hourly. There's a retest of an SR flip, right? So that literally could be a short entry right there, where within the time frame, we have bearish market structure on the H1, right? We just went high, lower, right? Just broke market structure here, came back, retested a key SR level. That's a setup. That's a short. What else do you see here? What else do you see? Do you not see the bear? Do you see the bearish order block here? Do you see the fib retracement here? Right into our 50% fib. So not as deep. It doesn't always go as deep. I bet you if I pull it from this high, it will. Right? There's your OTE. But even from here, 50% of this range into a bearish order block I'm going to change the color of this to here and make it a little bit lighter. That didn't work at all. What am I doing here? That makes sense. Okay. This is red's better, right? We're short biased. Okay. So I'm going to show you 3 or 4 setups here, right? So we have the H12SR. We have bearish market structure on the 1 hour going into it. We've come back, bearishly retested the level into a bearish order block, this up move that caused the down move that confirmed bearish market structure here. And we're within our time zone. We've got the fibs, everything lines up. Okay. Let's say you don't get in there. Let's say you missed this, right? But now what have we done? We've now retested that level bearishly, and then what did we do next? We made a lower low. So now what is going on in your mind here? Right? Short, 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 short. There's your bearish order block. Right? There's your bearish order block that then broke market structure further to the downside. Right? 1, 2, 3 different tests to get short. Take this fib, pull it from that high to the newest low. What do you got? 79% retracement, bangs right into it, sells off again. So that's now 2 setups I've given you within our red block, which is within our short time zone, right? So how long did that take? Not very long. We found DXY support, bearish market structure gold, high time frame SR level to focus on, time frame for the short setup. 2 very clear entries on the 1 hour to me that you could have entered on. And there's more here, right? What about this? Is this not a SFP you could have sold into? Right? Any of these, that SFP right there, stop goes above this high. Once it closes below, you never get stopped out. Could that have been a setup you take? I don't know, right? There's at least 2 or 3 setups here that I think were valid. You could even have just kind of your trend line, right? Have your wedge, you're bearish, right? So you expect this to break down. You don't expect it to break up. You're bearish leading into it based on market structure, based on where the dollar is at, the timing, the SR flip here. Once you zoom in and you see this rejection, and then you see this kind of bear flag forming under the level within your time where you're bearish, why can't you just short when we get a close outside of the trend line? You absolutely could. Maybe you short in this candle and your stop goes up here. So you're not even getting the banger entry. Where are you targeting? You're targeting this low, right? You've got a 2-to-1 there easily. Got a 2-to-1 there easily. So even if you get short super late short, okay, you're short like way down here. You're still targeting this low way over here. Still a 2.5 R. Okay, and that's a super, we are breaking down, right? You got lots of time to get in that. So that's 3 different short setups, right? That's just on the hourly. If you zoom in, right, you're going to have more definition, right? You're going to have more short setups. You could be looking for some sort of bearish breaker to form. I see one right here, right? Oh God, fuck this thing. Get out of here. So there's a bearish breaker right there. Down move, boom, up, back underneath, sell off. So this little setup here is exactly what I showed you here, except for in reverse. This is a bullish breaker. Up move, takes out the low, reclaim, right? That's the exact opposite. So again, multiple ways you're getting in here within this time zone, okay? Is everyone with me still? Does that make sense? What broker do you use to trade metals? So if you want to trade metals with crypto, I suggest you use Prime XBT. They're great. If you want to use, fiat currency, I personally in Canada, I use Oanda. You can use MyFX Choice, Interactive Brokers. There's tons of them that allow you to trade metals. But with crypto, a great option is Prime if you want to go that route. All right, so is everyone with me with the explanation here of the timing, right? This is key. This is your trader checklist. I'm only entering. Some people are launching fireworks. Halloween's tomorrow, fuckers. This is your checklist, right? I need to have multiple pieces of Confluence before I hop in. I don't just bang into the trade because we're at a high time frame SR level, right? Like if I sold this first retest, I'm getting blown out here on the next move up, right? Like maybe I caught a short here, but right then you're blown out. But this had context. This had tons of context. And you also can see here, you know, what's happening, right? This is kind of, you know, a standard. We just broke down. Fuck this thing. Right? We just broke down. I don't know how people do such straight lines on here. I can never do straight. Right? So we broke down from here. Flag. Right? Break the trend line. Retest what? Bearish order block right there. I know it's getting a little busy there, but there's a bearish order block here. Right as that trend line breaks, and it comes back and it retests it before selling off. Anyways, multiple pieces of Confluence is the point here, right? You've got to have a plan. And I've just shown you from start to finish exactly what you could do using the dollar and then just gold to go look for a setup. And it's so refined that this is one day, right? This is one day where those trades happened here, right? One day you're looking for shorts, the next day looking for shorts, the next day looking for shorts. So you have like a 3-day window here, right? Well, maybe it's more than 3 days. It's from the 23rd to the 28th. So you have a 5-day window. You have an entire trading week where you're focused on shorts based on that info I gave you, right? Now, does that make sense to everyone? Okay, cool. So let's go into the dollar. Where is our second time frame for a short? Right here, right? So this was where we got the first time frame. Here's your second bounce. This one's going to be shorter. It's the 27th from, we're going to zoom in for this one, but it's the 27th from 11 to 13, 14, let's just say. Okay, we're going to zoom in because it's right in here where we're going to find that setup. Enhance. Okay, so I'm going to drill this down to 27 from what? 11? What was it? 11 to 13. Okay, here's 11. So notice this tiny little window here of time that lines up with this. Notice how this is the last low on dollar before it fucking rips face. And what happens on gold? This is the high. This high never gets taken out here. That's the literal high. This is not take that high out. Right? So I'm not saying you just sell that blindly, but it's like, okay, I'm short biased here. I just saw dollar. You saw gold come in, put a swing high in here, and you see dollar do this. Okay? And then what happens at this high? That's at 2:15 on the 28th. Where is gold? Making a higher low. Right? So you have the low form, the absolute top on gold form. Gold rips, breaks market structure, forms a higher low. Why aren't you selling this? Right? Right into that bearish order block. Right? That's a setup. And that's the exact same level of Confluence that I gave you for the previous setup, where it's like, okay, we've got dollar at support, bearish market structure on gold, all the exact same. Right? We're below our key level. We're at support. Boom, we're bearish retesting where dollar is doing this. Dollar breaks a high, puts in a higher low. Here, we put in a lower high at the exact same time. You got to be looking to get short in here. And what is there? Well, there's a few setups here, I see. Okay, I'm just going to delete all this shit for a second. This is a breaker. Right there. Down candle, up move, right? Trade below, back beneath. You could sell that. You could also just sell it right into the bearish order block right here. Okay. You also have a little teensy tiny breaker right here. And I know this is hindsight, right? Obviously. But you've got to see this shit in hindsight before you start seeing it live. When you backtest, you see it over and over again, the stuff becomes clear. Okay? And I know this, you're like, are you really selling that? It's like, well, why aren't you? You have all of the confluence of this being the top and the bottom on dollar. Dollar breaks market structure bullishly, puts in a higher low. As soon as you see this break down, you need to be looking to sell the retest with your stop up there. And then it melts. Or, again, right, super conservative. You see the dollar rip, this puts in a lower high. Maybe you wait until this low gets taken out. But once this low gets taken out, why are you not selling any of these down candles or this up candle here? And your stop could go here. Where are you targeting? You're still targeting way over here. Right? You're still targeting here. So I'll pull up my fucking short thing. This is still the target, that low. Obviously we go much lower, but for the medium term, right? You target this low and then you target that low. And we'll zoom in here. Right? So even if you're late on the sell and your stop is right there, right? You're still getting a 3R, 2.5R into the most immediate low, and then you're going to get well into, double digit R, close to 7R into the high time frame low. That's way over there to the left. So again, breaking it down from high time frame. We started on the 3-day chart on the dollar. 3-day chart on the dollar. We're looking for that SR flip. Then we're dialing it in to the low time frame to actually lock in what exact times we want to be paying attention, right? Then we go over to gold. We find bearish market structure, high time frame. It always starts with the high time frame. This is the 12-hour. Then we dial it into the 12-hour SR flip, right? Then we dial down to the 1 hour. We line up our time zones, right? We have this entire block, and then this is an even smaller one as we're short bias here. And then you look for the setups, right? And I've showed you several setups. I've showed you the, just the SR flip. I've showed you the, break in market structure, the OB. I've showed you guys the, sorry, hold on. I've showed you guys the this one where it makes a lower low, then it reclaims, right? I've showed you this setup. All of these things I just described, this one's a breaker. This one's just your bearish or bullish order block, right? That's all I'm showing you here, just simplified. Those are two setups that you can find a trade almost every time frame. If you have the higher time frame confluences lined up, you can go find one of these setups forming on the low time frame. So the one that I always like, right? The low, lower low, right? Higher low, this is a breaker, right? This is the up move that caused the down move, boom, the reclaim. That's exactly what this is, right? And again, I said there's discretion because it doesn't always look like my nice little drawing, and my drawing's not nice, I know that. Coming in a high time frame support, make a lower low, right? Reclaim, and we send it. This is your breaker. Okay, there's your retest. So we come into high time frame support, make a low, a lower low, coming into high time frame support, we make a low, bounce, right? Now we're bouncing, lower low, that's here, reclaim it, that's buy one, reclaim the whole entire area, right? That's that breaker right there. I know it's kind of messy, but it's not always going to look like the picture. You got to be able to see it happen in PA. I wonder if this will help visualize it for some of you, right? Maybe that helps. There's your low, right? So that's here. You get a bounce. It's not always going to look perfect. Then we take out the low, right? Then what? You mark out the area that took out the low. Mark this out. Once we get the reclaim, right? That's your long. That's all I've been showing you guys, right? Is just different ways to get in. And then the obviously the other setup, right? The bearish order block one, which is like right here, let's say. Right here, right? You're just selling into the bearish order block. That's just this one, right? So we're trading down, right? We break a low, right? And then you mark the high that caused the breakdown, and then you sell the retest, right? We're trading, right? We take out a low, you mark the high that drove price down, you sell the retest, right? And that happens on every fucking time frame. And it doesn't, you can't just sell every, bearish block, but you can absolutely sell a bearish block when you have the confluence. What is the confluence? DXY at support, high time frame SR flip, bearish high time frame market structure, time period where DXY is at support. You line up all those things, that's when this bearish or B is going to be super potent, right? You have a high, pushes price down, takes out a low, we now have bearish market structure. What are you waiting for? A retest. Then you sell it. Stop above the high. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. I just went into real fucking detail there about exactly what I do to get into a trade. Guys, that is like, you can build an entire strategy around what I just explained to you in terms of using the dollar, lining all of those fucking things up. Sorry, one sec here. So you can build an entire strategy with what I just explained to you. And the dollar index part is just an extra layer of confluence. You don't need that. You could just use gold, bearish market structure gold, key SR level, zoom in, look for a bearish setup on the low time frame. That's enough. But adding that extra layer with the dollar index will take it up to another level and makes those trades that much more probabilistic in your favor. It's not always going to work, right? But the more it's trading, right? At the end of the day, we're making an educated guess based on technical analysis. We're able to hopefully slightly kind of tilt the odds in our favor. And so the more pieces of confluence, the higher the hit rate. You might not get as many trades, but when you do get them, they're high confidence and they usually work out well. You get these types of reactions, right? This type of reaction occurs because why? There's the bottom on dollar, there's the higher low on dollar, right? That's the result. All right, so this is a super educational episode, so I really hope you guys understand that. And this is an episode you're going to want to rewatch, okay? Go back, rewatch this again, and it will start to cement in memory, and then go back test this shit. Use the replay feature, right? Go back test it and ignore what people on Twitter say about hindsight bullshit. Fuck that. You need to see it happen in hindsight in the charts. And then once you get comfortable spotting the setups, right, seeing it, then start trying to forward test it, right? Then start trading with a little bit of money, small size, and your confidence and your pattern recognition ability will increase. Because I'm able to spot this shit quite quickly. I can be like, okay, bearish order block, this is a 70.9% retracement just because I've been doing this for years, right? So that will come with time. Don't rush it, but practice, practice, practice. Does the DXY work the same confirmation for crypto trading, or does it work better for metals? So I mean, in theory, it works for crypto because Bitcoin is traded against the dollar, right? So I've shown this in previous episodes, if you guys remember, right? Where did Bitcoin top in 2017? Right here. And then we had a bear market and we had a bull market in the dollar. So it does work, right? It does work. And if we go like this, there's a breaker right there. What is this reclaim date? September 18th. What was Bitcoin doing? Right when the dollar got super bullish, right? Dollar breaker, reclaim, dollar is super bull when it reclaims this area. What happened to Bitcoin? Bitcoin broke the 6K floor. So it absolutely does work, but it's not as good as using the dollar for EU, right? Or for gold or for silver. Because as you can see right now, as the dollar's pumping, Bitcoin's also pumping. But it does work, but it's going to be, I find it's more consistent with Euro USD, GBP USD, gold, silver, etc. So yeah, it's not just metals. It also works with any foreign currency that has the dollar in it. So if you're trading Euro USD, exact same as I explained it. If you're trading USD CAD, right, US dollar, Canadian dollar, it's the opposite. When the dollar is at support, right, when this is at support here, US CAD, you want to be looking for longs. So these are going to be in lockstep because the US dollar is the numerator in this, whereas in gold and silver and EU, it's the denominator, right? So when dollar is strong, you're shorting this. Shorting this. When dollar is strong, you're longing this pair, right? So it's not just metals. So that's what I mean. There's so much fucking opportunity. Awesome. Glad this is super clear for y'all. Okay, cool, guys. Well, I'm going to let you enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend. I will be back Sunday with another video, so make sure to tune in for that one. Any likes, retweets, comments are really appreciated. Subscribe for future videos. I'm going to be continuing to put out a minimum of 2 videos every single week. Yeah, the election is on Tuesday, so I might not be trading a ton going into the election, expecting some serious volatility regardless of the result. So you always want to be careful going into kind of, a very, large event like a presidential election, especially one that's as hotly contested as this one is. Jimmy Tendricks. First time watching your video. Definitely will be here for future ones. Great stuff. Thanks for free education. You're welcome. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm recognizing some of you guys as names who have been here week after week, so I really appreciate that. Thanks again. Use the same break of structure on ETHUSD range reclaim on a 15-minute right now. These structures work, especially when you have higher R trades. Absolutely, bro. All right, guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in.